Welcome to Sunday, August 18th, 2024. Turned out to be quite a crappy day. Pun intended. We got a sewage ejector pump down here below the floor. We're in the basement. Pumps out the basement bathroom sewage up this pipe here and out to the sewer line. What we're getting right now is the pump continuously running. Let me plug it in and let you hear what it's doing. Keeps running. So I unplug it. You can hear the water coming back down to the check valve here. And so we got to pull that lid off right there, get in there and replace that float switch. So what I'm going to have to do is remove this check valve here, which is going to be tricky. I'm going to have to undo this bottom part first, try to lift it up and get a bucket under there before I take that stuff off. That way all that dirty water that's in that pipe right now will go into the bucket. It would be nice if there was one of those couplers here, rubber couplers like this, quick release. I'm gonna have to take that, hacksaw that. This is the vent pipe just going up, and it's a vent right here. So I'm gonna have to just cut that, and that way I'll be able to raise this lid, and then I'll have to see about, I don't even think this thing's screwed down. I wonder if I can get a whole new lid or a gasket or something. I mean, there's no foul smell or anything here. It's just looks a little rusted and eaten away at that side. So maybe a new lid, maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to see once I get it open. But yeah, that's the project for today. Get a new float switch down there. There's a float switch. Comes up this, it's plugged in. This is the float switch plug, and this is the pump that's plugged into the float switch. When the float switch is activated, the water's high, the float switch, completes the circuit, allows the pump to run. But now the float switch is apparently stuck on. I don't know if it's physically stuck into a bad position or if just the switch has gone bad, but we're going to replace that float switch, going to replace that check valve. We're going to relocate the check valve up here higher. So I'm going to have to cut into that, get a new rubber quick coupler there, get a piece of pipe. What is this, 2.5 inch pipe? And then connect it back down here. So it's a messy job, it's a crappy job, but it's what we're doing today. Okay, so disclaimer here, I'm not a professional, I'm just a homeowner, do-it-yourselfer. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this vent pipe, cut a section out of here, right here, where I'm going to put one of these rubber couplers. And also I'm going to take this to the Home Depot so I know I get the right size pipe. Most of the pumps I read to use 2-inch pipe, but this is bigger than 2-inch. I'm pretty sure it's 2.5 inch, but I don't know how they measure their pipe, like inner diameter, outer diameter. So I'm going to take a section, just make sure I get the right size pipe. Got my Milwaukee. Actually, this is coming out right here. So I'll just take this as a measurement device. So I got that done right there. All right, so I just got back from running around between Lowe's and Home Depot. See what I got here. At the Home Depot, I got 4 of these 2-inch couplers. These were what? They were $5.96 each at Home Depot. And let's see, I saw this there at Home Depot, and I said, no, I didn't want the 8-foot cord. I want to try to get a 10-foot. I went to Lowe's and ended up getting this at Lowe's. I was shocked at the price of this. It was good. This is a Zoeller check valve, 2-inch inlet, 2-inch outlet. These are regularly $40-some, but it was like 70% off. So I got like $30-some off. It was only $10.62. And Zoeller is an excellent brand. If you ever replace a sump pump, get a Zoeller. They're available at Lowe's. Don't get Home Depots because they'll break down on you after 3 years, in my experience. But there's a guy on YouTube does drains, Apple drains. He always recommends Zoeller for the sump pumps. They last and last. So that's what I did on another property, and it's still going after 5-7 years. The other one I had from Home Depot broke down after 3 years. So then they didn't have the this float switch at Lowe's unless I wanted to go to Johnson City. So I went back to Home Depot, got this. It's 8 foot. Hopefully the cord's long enough. We'll make it work. And then let's see, the float switch was $34. And then I got this bad boy, a big old lid, Sewage Sump base cover. It's got 2 holes for the pipe. It's got a place for the electrical cords there. So we'll get a new lid. This was, I think that was $50-some. Yeah, $52.88. So let's get going. So this is going to be like the part I don't look forward to, is taking this check valve off. Pretty sure this one's still good, but I guess it could be bad and the water just keeps coming down in there, causing the pump to keep running. But I don't think it's bad. I think it's the float switch, but I'm going to replace that anyway. If it's good, there's going to be a lot of dirty water left up in here. I already flushed out this this pump or this pit here with clean water, so there should not be any raw sewage left in here. It should be all just dirty clean water, whatever. So let's take this off. I've got a bucket here. I'm gonna try to get under there when I get that off. And I got a rag here. I got a spider here. Go home, spider. You are home. I'll be out of your way here shortly. Okay, nothing coming out of there now. That's good. It means the check valve is good. When I take it off, there's most likely going to be water coming in there. No, nothing. Nothing. I don't know what that means. Well, look at that. There's no... Maybe it is a bad check valve. There's no valve. So there's what it looks like down in there. Got the pump. Got that float down there. So I'm gonna replace that float. I'm keeping the same pump because it's still working. Lid came with some foam tape sealant there. Got some rubber gaskets, some screws. Don't drop them into the pit though. You don't want to have to go fishing for them. Okay, we're gonna unbox this float switch. Comes with some paperwork, a little fitting there, washer. There's your float switch. Now this is the float switch plug. The pump plugs into the back of the float switch. Okay, so that's going to be plugged in. Not yet. So let me get this float switch attached. You know what? It even says on the box, includes float switch tie, cable tie. Wow, they give you one cable tie. Look at that. I feel special. Float switch was about like that, I think. We'll test it before we cover it back up. I wish they would have included two cable ties. Then I'd be styling, but I got a whole pile of cable ties. I gotta get another cable tie. Yeah, I think they should include two cable ties for $34. Come on now. So there's my float switch secured. Now I'm gonna cut this pipe way up high, so that's where I'm gonna install the check valve up higher. So let's do that and get some new gloves. So this is taking place all in a little utility closet down in my basement here. I forgot to mention I also got this 10-foot piece of 2-inch pipe. I guess they call it 2-inch because of the inner diameter, because the outer diameter sure measures 2 3/8. But anyway, here's what we got. Here's the sump pit. I got the new float switch tied down there. Don't drop your phone. And then the outlet comes up this way. And I'm going to install that check valve right in here somewhere. So I'm going to cut right there. and install the check valve up here, running a new piece of pipe down here, and we'll have to run a new piece up to the vent there. So let's do that. You always want to look for your arrow. The flow is this way. Arrow's pointing up. So it's going to be sitting up here. I think I'll put it right about here, I think would be good. So you cut about right in here. Actually, I think the old piece of pipe here is long enough. I'll just use the same piece. I think I may need to use some PVC cement there for this. I already had the PVC cement in stock here, so that's one thing I didn't have to buy. So here we got the check valve installed. Got the piece going down here. So I got that same piece of 2-inch pipe that was there already. Still going to use it. We're going to get this lid in place, and then I want to be able to. I want to have that outlet pipe hooked up before I test it, obviously, but I still need the lid open so I can witness the float switch working. So what I'm going to do is put the lid on loosely and be able to slide it up so I can look in there and test the pump. I'm going to mark that so I know how far to put this coupler on, about right up to here. Okay, let's give it a test now. So right now I'm going to plug it in. That float switch should not be activated, so it shouldn't even start right now until I fill that up with water. So let's plug it in and see what happens. It's plugged in and nothing, so that's good. So I'm going here, turn on some water. See, this is the basement bathroom. Got the toilet there that goes into there, and then the sink here. I run some water, it goes in there too. Hear the water going in. Just make sure that float switch is going to work. Going to go up through that check valve. Make sure all of our connections are good. Should be getting close. Maybe I should cinch that float switch up a little bit more so it activates faster. I think I will. Let's just see if it goes off now. Because at this rate, it's going to take a while for that to get up to a better level. Yeah, let me do that right now. So I'm going to get a couple more zip ties and have a little less slack on that float switch cord. I'm going to actually try to activate it. So I cinched that float switch up a little bit, put the tie wraps right here so it'll activate a little quicker. Let me go turn the water back on. All right, water's back on. Now we'll see what we got here. Should be going off pretty soon there. Float switch is almost turned up right. There it goes. So, went up through this pipe and check valve not leaking. Emptied it out, did its job. I think we're good to go. I'm going to close it up and get this lid on with a good seal there. Let's do that now. I'm going to have to drill another hole here for the other water. Also, I just realized I didn't put this stuff, the tape around yet. I'm going to do that. We got that sealant around the edge there. So what I'm going to do is put that down with the sealant there, and then I'll drill it down in there, maybe caulk around the edges if I need to. Alright, so now we got to get the vent pipe hooked up, go down into that hole right there. So I gotta measure how much pipe I need for that, and if the hole's gonna line up. But let's go like, I think the other one was like 4, 5, 6 inches below. So if we go 38 inches. Should do it right there. Here's the old lid. It's all eaten up around the edges there. But the vent pipe was about that far down below like that. Put the gasket on. I hope this lines up good enough. Yeah, it's going to. It's good enough. And I'm not even going to cement that right there, because it's only a vent. And it wasn't cemented, and that came in handy for me, so next time I have to get in here, that'll come off easy. Now I'm going to tie wrap these wires neatly up. Hey, while I'm doing the finishing touches, I'm going to go turn the water on again. That way I can make sure it's still working. Got the water running in there. So while I'm doing the finishing touches, I ought to hear that pump come on. There it goes. Working good. So this is what we got so far. We got the lid on there with all the grommets and everything. I got that little bit of sealant under the lid. What I'm going to do now is take some metal self-tapping screws and screw this lid down around the edge there. So there we got the lid screwed down with some self-tapping screws, 1.5 inches long. So it's a done deal. It's all complete and working good. Y'all have a great Sunday. Enjoy your day. Catch you later.